Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Molly. I'm the founder, owner, operator, everything for Lacquer22, a small nail polish company. But today we may have one of the most exciting videos, makeup related of course. I have the Nomad Fuji 5 Lakes palette, and this was sent to me in PR. And I am so grateful. Kind of a big deal. I know I am nobody in this space. I just do it for funsies because this is what I like to do. But I'm super grateful because I definitely would have bought this because look at this. Oh no, look at this beauty. Yeah, I'm so insanely grateful. Thank you, Nomad. I appreciate you so much. These, oh, I thought they were in Dallas. I guess they're in San Antonio now. Texas brand. I'm super grateful. I know it's not a huge deal to everybody, especially with so many influencers getting a million things every single day. And this is the first time I've gotten anything, but I'm stoked. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. Let's jump in a little bit. Okay, so this is the first fall palette for Nomad this year. And this is actually my only my second Nomad palette this year. I feel like they do their 15 pans so much better than they do their 18 pans. Personal preference, I guess. The little card that comes with it says, Autumn in Japan. Fall is a wonderful time to visit Japan with all the brilliant and varied hues from light to deep and warm to cool. Enjoy exploring the mix of colors, oh my god I can't read, and tones in our Fuji 5 Lakes palette to create your perfect sweater weather look. Thanks for all your love and support, Nomad Cosmetics. So I feel like that little blurb really says a lot about the colors inside. We have light to deep and warm to cool, kind of covering all the bases. But first, I'd really like to talk about the outer packaging here. This is like a 3D situation. I'm not sure like how well that, yeah, so like all of that is 3D. The little boat is 3D. I took it out of the packaging and truly I gasped. I was like, wow, because I don't think I've ever seen that kind of detail on an outer packaging before. Really love that. They've also done like kind of a velvety look and that paper look with the Haunted Europe. And then they've had the lenticular motion for Ghost Town and Haunted Europe. I really enjoy their outer packaging. I think they do a really good job with that. The colors in here seem beautiful. We've got some mattes, we've got some shimmers. Diamond Fuji, the shade right here, seems like a topper, which you know I love. This golden ginkgo shade looks really pretty. It looks dimensional in there. But then these other 4 shimmers look kind of basic. Not that that's the end of the world by any means, but just so you know. I'm gonna do 2 looks today, 1 look on each eye. So let's get started. Alright, so for this first look, before we get started, let's talk about the little imprints that are in here and how the palette's kind of set up. So if you look at the blues, that's kind of your mountain peak, and then the reds and the yellows on either side. The imprints for these 2 are like the snow-capped part of the mountains, which I think are beautiful. And then we've got some various details here, leaves falling on the outer mattes, I guess the outer shimmers as well. They always do so well. This one is the man on the boat in the cover. I feel like Nomad is the reason I love embossed mattes so much. I feel like they're the reason like I started noticing it in the first place. I just really love it. Let's see, there's a couple of these that I will not be pronouncing or attempting to pronounce because I am not confident in Asian pronunciation, so I don't want to mess it up. But we're gonna start this first look with this shade right here. It's the deeper of the blue mattes, and taking that on a pencil brush. I have loved Nomad's formula for a hot minute now. I feel like their mattes are always really smooth, pigmented, and I feel like their shimmers are just really pretty. And I've never really had a complaint with what they do. And then they started doing duochromes and multi-chromes this year, which is, well, I guess last year actually. But they've been like slowly but surely expanding their finishes and what they do. And I honestly just really like to see it. I'm gonna go in now with the shade called Mount Fuji. It's a shade right in the middle. It's just a super light blue, just to kind of blend out that first shade. I did have to build the first shade up a little bit more than I would have liked to, but that's all right. I like the kind of denim-y tone to it. I think that's really, really pretty, and I don't feel like that's super, super common. In the spirit of trying all the shades, I'm going to go into the other blue right here next to the reds, and kind of just bring the blue in a little bit, maybe halfway across the lid. I'm still using that same brush so we have an easy blend. That's a lot lighter than I would have thought. And then back with that first shade to make sure they get along. And now to have a little bit of contrast with that blue, I'm going to go in with this bright yellow right here for the rest of the lid, rest of the inner lid. And I'm kind of taking this with a more fluffy brush so that it blends a little bit easier and more seamlessly into the blue. If we try to pack it on, it might we might just get green without. Okay, glitter glue is on, so now we're gonna go into some shimmers. I'm gonna use all 3 blue shimmers for this side. So this is gonna be the one that's on the outermost part of the eye. This will start working inside, and then Diamond Fuji. Yes, Diamond Fuji will be the innermost part, kind of on top of the yellow. This is simply just to try as many shades as possible. I don't see Diamond Fuji working super duper well on top of the yellow, but it's okay. We're just here to have fun. All right, there's that first shade. Super, super pretty. I feel like the undertone though is not like the best complement to the matte, but that's okay. Now the second one. That's a beautiful like ocean kind of blue. That makes sense. And now for Diamond Fuji. I just love a topper, so I must see if I love this one as well. And I believe I do. I actually really like how this kind of turned out. I need to blend out the outer edge there, but I feel like that like barely there pop of yellow is really nice. Let me blend out this other side and then, or the outer side, and then we'll go to the other eye. Okay, while blending that side out, I kind of just dipped into all of the blues to figure it out. So I went in with the lightest one, and then I redid the darkest one to go back on top of the shimmer, and then I took the medium one to blend it out more, and like I just kind of went back and forth with all of them. So I don't have an exact step-by-step of that, but what I really like is that I went back in with the yellow and kind of just tapped it on to re-emphasize that it's there, and I love the little kind of peekaboo moment that's happening. I think that's really, really fun. So that being said, cool tone eye is done. Here we go to the warm tone. So fun fact about me, I absolutely love red eyeshadow so much. So I'm super, super stoked about this. I was kind of upset that the Royal Europe palette didn't have a like ruby red kind of color, like or garnet even, something really nice and rich and red instead of the kind of pinks that they have. They have like a rusty red in that one. It's not the same. So I'm very, very hopeful for these shades because I love colors like this so much. I'm going in with the deepest red right here. And that of course is our outer corner. I love that. I love that. It feels a little bit thin and I feel like I kind of had to build it up, but I love colors like that so much. With a small blending brush, I'm going to take Burning Bush, the brighter red right there, and kind of go over and outside of it just a little bit. I got a little happy with that shade, so it's kind of everywhere. That's okay. I'm going back in with the deeper red to emphasize the depth of it on the outer corner here. And I brought that in a little bit further as well. I'm now gonna go in with this beautiful shade. This is called Burnished Beach, and it's a gorgeous, like, butternut squash kind of color. I love shades like that. I want this in a blush. Just for anybody listening, somebody do that for me, please and thank you. So going in with that shade. Oh my god, I love that. And kind of blending that into the reds. Oh my god, I love that so much. I'm just gonna take on that same brush the lighter yellow. It's called Yellow Poplar. This is kind of like a butter color. It's just a like pastel yellow, but just to blend out a little bit and go up higher. Honestly, I could definitely leave this eye just matte like that, and I think I would love it, but I want to try to use as many shades as possible. So here's what's gonna happen, okay? This shade, Fiery Maple, that's gonna be the outermost shimmer, and then I'm gonna bleed it into Pampas Grass right here, and then Golden Ginkgo is going to be on the inner portion. So let's see what happens. That is so red. And let's bring it up a little bit, kind of blend it out a little bit. Okay, and then Pampas Grass. I love the transition from Fiery Maple into Pampas Grass. I think that's so pretty. Now Golden Ginkgo. Ooh. This time I'm using a different finger. The Golden Ginkgo shade has, like, I think it's blue or something blue-ish at least, that pops out a little bit at you, so where it's not just the golden or yellow shimmer, and I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to zoom out, do my lower lash line, so I'm going to use the dark red on this side and then the first blue on this side on my lower lash line, add some fake lashes, do an inner corner, and then we'll talk. Okay, both eyes are finished. I used all but one shade, all but Red Rowan right here. I think we have another winner on our hands. I kind of had some trouble with the darker blue, a little bit, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Like, I was obviously still able to work with it. It doesn't look horrible. It's not super patchy. It's not disgusting or anything. It just took some more time than I'm used to, but that's not a big deal. Shimmers in here are really pretty. I wish we had a little bit more dimension. I love the topper shade Diamond Fuji. I think that's beautiful. I love this shade Burnished Beach. I think this is a really fun fall palette. I think you can easily get like a somewhat like toned down look if you prefer to do that. Obviously I don't. If you wanted to, you could. I love pairing the reds and the yellows together. I think that's beautiful. I definitely think in the future if I wanted to do another blue and yellow look, I could do it a little bit differently and have some better execution, but that's on me. That's user error, not anything wrong with the palette. Like I said, I really love the Nomad 15 pan palettes compared to their 18 pans, and I think this kind of proves my point a little bit further. Let me pull out Hudson Valley so you can kind of compare the two fall palettes together. I don't think Hudson Valley is available anymore, but still, so you can see some color story comparisons. So not at all the same, but we still have the red and like that bright orange or bright yellow, sorry, right there, that's in this palette as well. Obviously Hudson Valley doesn't have any blues. These are definitely, I think it's okay if you have both. I think they're different enough for it to both make sense in your collection. Again, Nomad has formulations that I pretty consistently really enjoy, and this is further proof of that. I really don't think I have anything negative to say other than the blue being a little bit troublesome, and you know, kind of the shimmers for the most part are just your regular schmegular shimmers. They're not dimensional, they're not super shifty or textured or anything. That being said though, I think that it's a pretty common formula that most people would enjoy. If you are at all interested in this, I would definitely recommend getting it. If it is not released by the time this goes up, I will put release details in the caption or in the description box for you. That's kind of all I've got. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so excited that I have my first piece of PR. What a big deal. But that's kind of all I've got for you. Oh, pause. There was a bit of fallout with the blue. I've got some little dots here because I have not cleaned them up yet. You can see that they're hanging out a little bit. Now that's all I have for you. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.